morning. Welcome to Satsang. If one, sorry, if one wants to be at peace with this existential search, there is only one possibility. It's to, and it takes the time of blinking an eye, is to just abandon all what can know, feel or sense, which includes the doer, the I am the one who experiences, just for a split second. And what's left doesn't belong to anybody. It is just like, we don't know what it is, but there is something which is left, which looks like a substratum or something which allows all this manifestation to happen and to disappear. So that is pointed as you are that. Your real nature is that. It's called consciousness often. Whatever name, it's not anyway the name, it's what is pointed out. So one has just to hear that or to see by himself, because there is no real preparation for that. It is just the desire, the fire to want to live what the so-called wise men speak about, to know who I am in reality, what is this universe and all that. Those questions are resolved here. Now the questions in the life will continue, but at least you know it is a personal mind in the life, a personal life, and so the reality of it, even though it's real for the body-mind, but it removed the belief it's only that which exists. You are only what appears. That is removed. Sorry. A rat in my throat. It may take time to hear that, and that's why we, nearly all of us, have a journey towards that. But it takes time because the mind doesn't want to give up its owner. Otherwise, it's just here. The so-called beliefs and resistances are created by the mind. But the desire, the fire to be free, can erase that. Any question? Anything you want to say? Welcome. Yeah. Maybe you take the mic. It's coming.
I just... it's working. Thank you so much. I just want to come back at this place you mentioned there, where I have to abandon everything. I see. I use my mind to do that, and just at this place between the self and the abandon.
No, I speak like that when one places himself still in the mind, you know, as a seeker. When one places himself as a seeker, then to the seeker you have to say, or maybe it's not like that, but it can be said sometimes, give up. But in fact, there is nothing to give up because you are already it. So if that can be directly heard, you have not to do anything. So I don't know where you place yourself.
Like that, I feel between the both.
Yeah, because you still give importance to the experience, you see. You give importance to what rises. So what rises may not fit exactly what you hear about what is, and as we don't know, descriptions are not there. So discard what appears. Because it's not a result or an achievement. As a person, you will not achieve enlightenment. It's when you finally discard even the believer or doer, or the identification with the human. They are appearances. You see, we speak about it. So they are just appearances. So from where these appearances could arise, that you are already. So you have just to be very uncompromising to see whatever rises, it's the mind. And that will not lead me and help me at all. And then you keep quiet from where you are left. Of course, don't make also a state of quietness, because the mind rises as long as you are not dead. But then now you are able not to be fooled by the mind. You know, okay, it's in the world of appearances and I don't have control there, in fact. But I know who I am. Not with knowledge and senses, it's a way to say. Or I deeply know I have not to do anything. I am it. and the wish or the need to know what it is goes. You cannot figure out, otherwise you objectify it again, and objectifications is this apparent world. So, will you search again? The search rises because one confuses what is with an experience, really. And as the experience never comes, then he's searching for it. And then when the experience, according to fits his concept of freedom, enlightenment, happens, then it goes, because it's based on a concept, on an experience. So there is still this bloody eye experiencer which thinks he can be enlightened, while it's when finally you are not fooled by all this game that there is quietness about it. And that cannot be transmitted. What can be transmitted eventually is to point out. That's all. That's the limit of it. Eventually, with your faith and trust, what can be transmitted is a glimpse. Or with the presence of, I got a glimpse. But you see, a glimpse again will be veiled, and you believe it's veiled, because you still believe in the reality of the mind. It's when you are absolutely, it's also pointing, alone, that it's obvious. You see, you know that story, but maybe not you. I had a glimpse at some point with my master, and my mind told him, oh, that's the look of Ramana. That's what the look of Ramana meant. And then he looked at me very like a master, telling, don't bring Ramana here. Don't bring a thought. Otherwise, again, it's you are an experiencer, and it comes and goes. So, but no doubt that Ramana and all those inspire, help during a journey. But the goal of the journey is not to have a journey anymore, isn't it? Yes.
How to work with the mind that it supports us in expanding those moments of consciousness.
Consciousness cannot be expanded by whom, first of all? Who are you to expand the consciousness? It means you contain the consciousness and you are the God. No, 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 no. It's not my belief.
So how to have a supportive mind and how to become friends with the mind then?
How to?
Become friends with the mind.
Oh, don't worry about that. First, don't be friend. He has been your wife for so long. Be alone first, and then don't worry, everything will be fine.
Okay, so let me rephrase all of that. How to distinguish illusion from truth.
Could you repeat, Amrit?
How to distinguish illusion
Mm.
from truth.
Whatever
In the
appears has to disappear, it's an illusion. Means it appears. It's real for this body-mind which also appeared, but in fact it has no substance. And you can question them. From where can you question them? Because then it becomes an object. It was not there before. It has a span of life. It will disappear. What reality is there? That's why when you are able to question, I see things, I am in this life, I am a human, and so on. When you are able to question, or when it makes sense to you, it's quite a moment in the life, because the I which rises is always there in the rising, in the apparent world. I wake up, I go to sleep, I dream, I. It's always I first, and then the rest appears. So to question that I, one can question that I. So it becomes an object now. You are prior. What is prior to the object. And that's what one is. Not as a person, of course, because it has been questioned. So if the mind looks like still very strong, it can be again and again redirected to its source. Go back from where all this arises. So how to go back? There are different ways. When whatever I experience, it's not this, it's not that, neti. Then keep quiet a moment. Or you ask, who am I? And you keep quiet where the question disappears. Or you just hear. I have not to attain anything, I am already did that. All what wants to attain something and all that is the story of the mind, is the movie in which my body lives. And in the movie, the same one may forget and may remember. It's part of the movie. But what I am is absolutely untouched by the movie, like the screen of the movie. There is a flood in the movie, the screen is not wet. Like that. it looks like. And that's always available, not because it's a permanent state in the movie. It's always available just now. When you don't touch the movie, just now. It's always available just now. If you still have questions and all that, it's a perfect time to ask. It's a good place for that. So, yes, please. Good.
To be in the presence of a master, in a physical presence, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
There is something, there's like a support, there is like light. And I don't know how to put the questions, but when you can't be in the physical presence of a master,
Is in your heart.
well, because I was asked to leave.
Is in your heart. You see, a master is not only looking like a body. It looks like a body as long as you identify with the body yourself. So in that way, if you have to go, if it has been said to you to go, you are mischievous because he will never go from you because he's in your heart. And what you called the physical master indicates always the real master, which is yourself. So one day you will be amazed to see, oh, I needed him as long as I thought I was something. Actually, that's what I am. So it's too late. Once you have a master, you cannot get rid of it. Or you try, but it doesn't work, it looks. He's outside, he's inside, myself. So did I answer your question?
Thank you.
It's a support as long as you need. It's a very blessed support to always bring you back or make you remember I'm not only what I experience or what I think of myself. Yeah, that is the support.
Is it just a thought?
Sorry?
Is it just a thought to think that it goes faster if you are close to a physically with the master? Or?
As long as you believe that, sure. It is very different for everybody.
don't have a question, but I don't want to waste the time that I have with you.
So ask the question, please.
Yeah, there's many questions that come and go. I don't necessarily follow them or trust them.
Okay. Then where are you when you don't follow them? Are you left with being somebody not having followed the question?
Sometimes it seems yes, other times I don't know, maybe.
The maybe spoils the whole thing, isn't it? Yeah. And that is somebody who has maybe. Yeah. So it's all right, but then maybe if you don't want to lose your time, just ask, with desire. And the answer, automatically the answer is there where the question disappears. And don't make anything out of it. Keep quiet. That's it. That's what you search. And the mind will rise, and all, but you know now it's the mind. You know.
This brings up a doubt.
Okay. Which one?
That the state of no mind is still mind, but it's unseen. It's a platform, but it's unseen. You know, like I can look at existence as this person and years of practice and not practice, and see that there are states that came through practice that you've pointed out, and but they're not always seen. So
what you are, you will never be seen.
This is the dilemma, because the state is also not seen. In the past, it has not been seen. There's like this blank.
You see it? You say blank. You see it.
Yeah.
It's blank. It's seen. Where you are left when you have seen that a description is still a description. That's what you are. Don't touch it. You cannot touch it. Otherwise you make it again a state. Let it be in the name of blank. Let it be in the name of... It's undescribable even. It's a description. You have to be quieter than that. And that's always there.
It's so subtle because the mind is still so pervasive.
What do you mean, so pervasive? It's always coming?
It's always coming, and it's... Yeah, it's always coming.
It will come always, till you die. But you see, that split second of having been freed from all that is enough to remove your search, and you know that the mind is all sure, it will come again and again. But then there is that sentence, dedicate here and there a moment to that. It's like suddenly you are out of the movie. It's called, you will have probably an experience of obviousness, no mind, doesn't matter. Even if that is still an experience, you know you are not only an experience and an experiencer. Because of that. So, what else do you want? Or what more?
I don't really know.
Then maybe you've just to remove this expectation or this waiting you have, you see, which is like the journey of searching. But you may have eventually seen, oh, it's a thought, it's a feeling. I am not going to be bound by a thought. It's unsubstantial. It goes on changing all the time. Then what? I will run after something which changes all the time and suggests me all the time something else until I die.
But to not be bound by a thought doesn't, there need to be to know that it's a thought, to see the thought, even though it's a person seeing the thought.
But you know that. You have seen, no? Whatever you utter, don't you see it's a thought?
Yes.
It's enough. From where you see the thought, that's what is. And don't make it a thought. And if you make it a thought, you know it's a thought. Uncompromising here. No thought will do. Even the thought of enlightenment will not do. So, don't hesitate to tell things if needed.
Maybe there's a desire just not to be identified.
Yeah, I understand that. It's human. Because it makes suffer eventually. Don't run after that wish. What appears is not in your hand, you know. in the world of appearance, you will be identified sometimes you will be a witness, sometimes this and that. This is the movie. Nothing real is there. So, the mind, you see, will not help here. The mind keeps only quiet about the search, about this search, when it has been seen as a mind, coming, going. All the rest, he will do his things.
But it's seen as coming and going at times, and other times not. That's the
Yeah, in the movie it will be like that. In the movie. Whatever you can describe is in the movie. It will be like this because the movie appears because it's dual. Remembrance, forgetfulness. And people, they think in the movie they will remember all the time. It's an utopia. It's a false concept. Or it's just a concept. Bas, enough of concepts. It doesn't help to keep a concept. As a human, of course, you want to be more happy than what you are generally. That's human. That's the movie. We cannot change that. Because anyway we die. We cannot change that.
You say there's no transmission taking place, but I feel being in your presence is just as if you disappear and I disappear.
Yeah, so there is no transmission.
But isn't that transmission?
No, there is no more I and you. It's just here. That's what you are. Not as a I. Of course, if you come back to your story, to any story of life, you can say, oh, my support. I had a support. I have a support in the life. And it points always to go back there or reminds me to. In that way, it's a support. But in fact, what is reminded, it's always here. In that way. Nothing can be given. It can be pointed.
It just happens. Just even if you wouldn't say a word.
Words are limited, isn't it?
Thank you that you are there.
You know, me too in my life, I thank my master.
What do you say?
Me too in my life, I thank my master. But I thank him not to search for a master anymore, to be freed from the search. So once it's done, of course we thank in the life. In what you are, there is nobody there. Mhm. Did you hear ever that you are already dead? You have not to search for it. Maybe it's time to hear. And if you want to figure it out, all what you see is what you can figure it out with all what appears in its limited form it is. That's all. Hmm? Okay.
Um, what? Why did you have these sometimes experiences? I mean, I experienced one time I don't need the mind,
Yeah.
or the other time the deep profound security on the moment present.
Oh, security of?
Yes, on the present moment,
Ah.
a deep,
Mhm.
very deep
Yeah, yeah.
security.
Deep, deep, deep.
I don't know, but why we have these experiences and they come and they go. What manage with that? Did we have to forget it or remain it?
In the movie exists only through experiences. So the why is in the movie. Why? Why more this than that? Is there anything more than anything? Why manifestation? All these are thoughts which make you search. That's why it is said, peace will dawn on you when you know who you are, but for that you have not to listen to any thought for once.
Yes, but this experience is not thoughts.
Yeah, but they are experiences, and now they become thoughts when you describe them.
Yes.
This is the world of appearance, the rising. You agree? It all happens. Even experiences of deep, deep, deep something, which you cannot describe, is still in the movie, because it comes. It was not there before. It comes and it goes. Whatever was not there before. Let me see. Whatever. No. Whatever is not there before, it's what you are. What? I'm confused myself with my. So, we will erase. I meant to say.
Sorry.
What is not here just now?
Yeah.
It's. What is. I cannot speak anymore. I mean, you see,
Nothing to say.
you cannot describe.
But during I live it. During during this time I recognize I don't need the thought to live. It was
No, to live, you need thoughts. And eventually you will give moment to yourself of deep, deep, deep experience where you have no thought. But it's still an experience. That's what it comes and goes. It was not there before. Thoughts were before. Now I have no thought. And then again after you have a thought. So all that is in the movie. It's in the life of the one I see now. Now Satsang points out to that, to what? Not to the life that we all know and we know what it is and etc. And it makes us search something else eventually. And that something else is simply what one is already, but not as somebody. So, to have a flash of it, you just have, maybe, because it can happen, we don't know how it happens, but eventually the understanding that it is not through experiences that will get it, because an experience is linked to an experiencer. There's subject object. You don't go out of that in this apparent world. So to dismiss, and it has to be like razor cut, like this, not to consider at all whatever happens. Then for some reason there is a kind of obviousness of what you are as is, as not someone. That happens once in a life, that's enough. And in your story, you will say, oh, that day, at what time, there, in that circumstances, I had that. But no, that is in the movie. But what you saw was not in the movie. So, to make it not a simple event in the history, what you saw, which makes you speak like this in your story, is always here, just now. When you allow, when you dedicate, just now. And that's enough. And all the rest you will know. Yeah, it is the life. With experiences, worldly, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually. Experiences in my life. Don't confuse anymore. Hmm? It's an advice video, there is nobody there. Yes, please.
Hello.
Hello.
I think in a way I'm asking always the same, but I'll try again. It's about time. I know, I don't know why, but I know there is no time. It's not a feeling, it's not a belief.
Okay.
There's no time. I'm sure of that. So, how can appears or disappears time if there is no time? It's like, I don't know.
That question arises because it's somebody who knows there is no time. And that somebody is in time. So he will have this strange, incomprehensive thing that you just bring. So know that it's because there is somebody knowing no time. And that somebody is in time. So what means time? Duality. So he knows no time, he knows it, but as it is in duality, time has to appear. So he is wondering how, exactly what you said. So from what I say, you know very well what to do. Tell me. tell me now what you can do to know the answer. May I help you? There is I too much. There is one I too much. I know there is no time. I. So, now it's very easy. Just question I and keep quiet. Or just see that and keep quiet. But I feel you don't admit that there is somebody knowing no time, that it is somebody who knows that. So, see it. Dare to see it. Or tell me, who knows there is no time? Give me an answer, please. Give me an answer. If you cannot give an answer, then you will never, ever ask this question. If you still can ask this question, it means there is an answer that you don't wish to give me.
I don't know how to explain. It's like, you know, I know this I very well, this story,
Yes.
but it's like there is something else, like
Yes.
telling this I,
Mm-hmm.
not telling. It's like a knowing. It's like there is no time. But I don't know who is this.
But then why you ask questions?
Sorry.
Why you ask a question if you are from where you can say because you see if you think the truth is no time, it's a concept, it's not true too. If you say it's time, it's not true too, it's a concept. That's what I was telling. If you think there is a concept which is true, there is a I having found the truth. And I tell you there is a I too much, which provokes all those questions. Who knows the truth? If anybody knows the truth, there is a I, individual, a bloody somebody. So,
But that's the problem,
walking
maybe.
on two legs on this planet, I know the truth.
Yeah, but my feeling, maybe I'm wrong, but my feeling
But
is
that's
like,
why it's good to speak. Yeah.
my feeling is like, it's not from me as a person.
But why? You trust your feelings. The feelings, it's from somebody. You know that we can have experiences of eternity, no time, the absolute, cosmic consciousness, or even I am that suddenly, one, but with images or whatever, vastitude and whatnot, nowhere. They are concepts taken by the mind, which is still powerful, and it thinks, I know the truth, because it discarded all the rest in you. Now he found something new. Arrogance, pride of somebody. Who you are, there is no question of any pride because there is nobody there. And nothing to know. So I too much, my dear. If you can see that, you will be very happy. Even you can have the experience, I'm nobody in fact. If you rely on what has been expressed, again, you will search. Or you will have the arrogance to have, you are a finder then. From seeker, you become a finder. Same. I think it's very good to know the picture of all those things. Not to be fooled again. Because experiences come, of course, experiences come. And in your life, you can have experiences, especially if one search and investigated, oh, I'm nobody in fact, sure. I'm nobody, and then the next moment, oh yeah, I'm somebody. But there will be no search anymore because you know there are experiences in this life. And if you don't know that, if you think the experience I am nobody is the real one, then you will be in trouble. Or you fall into arrogance to fix it, I'm the finder, or you will eternally search to go back there. So just know what is what, and then you are free. Yes.
I come here for the first time.
Yes.
Thank you. And I heard some about you, but not a lot, I must say. And it
Good.
has been
It's
pretty.
better.
Okay. But okay. What I want you to ask is, okay, to get rid of this I, which we permanently,
Yeah, right.
I need a lot of just sitting, meditation, calm down the mind, quiet down.
Yeah.
If I don't do it regularly,
Yeah.
daily,
Yeah.
I have the feeling that the I gets very sticky and comes again, and everything is me, I.
Yeah.
The senses, and
Sure.
everything gets too intense. So my question is, do you meditate every day, regularly? I mean, but I'm not.
No, no,
I
I
don't
will
mean anything
reply.
bad.
No, no,
I'm just very.
I like what you say.
Ah,
I will tell you how I see things.
please.
Yeah, and then I eventually you will understand after the second part of your question. You are very right that in the life, if you meditation is to quieten the mind, is to have a breathing with all those challenges of life. That is sure. But then, from let's say, an ordinary human or mother, wife, whatever, you become a meditator. When you meditate, you become a meditator. So it's another role that you give to I. I is always there. Do you see that so far? Even in meditation. Okay, great. Great. So maybe because of meditation, you can hear, oh, I am still someone as a meditator. I, as you said well, I is still there. But I hear also that you will be freed, means you'll be at peace finally, when you see that this rising I, it has to be questioned. So there is no question to put the I in a certain state in the end. If you can hear this, and that is the, let's say, you hear it. So you can continue to meditate and all that because for your life it's good. But it has nothing to do with what you are, with what is in reality, which is the same for all living beings. So if you just hear that, it's enough. Because then you meditate without searching to be real or whatever. You just have that kind of life. Yeah? Ah, nice. And to reply to your second question, if I meditate, you know, having seen what is the mind, I and the mind, this apparent world, for some reason, I still find it's very precious to dedicate a moment, I don't speak of a state of meditation, a moment, to nothing, to not to the world. And sometimes in sentences my master was telling, be vigilant up to your last breath. But it has to be understood not to be vigilant to be more real. It's just to be wise. We never know, you know, this mind is very cunning, very imaginative, and I would not trust to always, continuously be with him. So be unfaithful to this husband. Very good. You have a lover, which is yourself. Yeah.
So you told that there is no transmission because you are not there and I am not there. But is this not also an experience, this beautiful? Mm.
When you are not there, you will not speak like that. When you imagine to be there and you hear this, yeah, you can question.
Mm.
Yeah, sure. So,
Or when the mind comes back and
yeah.
Mm.
Yes,
Mm.
the mind will always comment, you know. He loves that. He lives on that. He will comment, he will argue, he will have experiences. It's the life, no?
Mm.
Yes. And sometimes, of course, we are in it, but don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Oh. It's like a question, who am I, you see? Okay, who am I? And then you arrive somewhere where there is nobody apparently, where it disappears and all, and then you come back to the mind and said, but this also I can question. And if you listen, don't listen to a thought rising for just for a while. Then you don't question where it is, or where what is. The same thing. If it is taken by the mind, it's spoiled. It becomes an experience and you have questions. If the mind doesn't go there, you're at peace. Mm? Yeah. So something more? You saw it now, Madhu? You saw? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. Something more. Uh-huh.
It's just you said too much I or something like that. So maybe it's like, as you said before, it's like this one. It's like there is no time. Oh, I'm confused. There is no time. And then losing this.
I don't hear. Yeah.
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 Like,
No time and then.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like there is no time.
Mm.
And then, oh, I'm confused.
Mm.
There is no time.
Mm.
So then losing this, it's like losing a son.
Mm. I too much still.
I know.
Okay then. Okay. Thank you very much.